You guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel if this is your first time. I haven't put out a video in a few weeks, at least not a regular video. I've been working on some YouTube short stuff and it's been fun. So if you haven't watched any of my YouTube shorts content, highly recommend. But today we're going to talk about whether it is or is not appropriate for a teacher to talk about their sexual life with their students. I didn't think this had to be discussed. I think it's pretty obvious that maybe, just maybe, don't be creepy. As I recall, it is a teacher's job to teach a student on a particular subject that is, math, reading, language, those kinds of things. Sexual education aside, I don't see how it makes any sense why a teacher would put themselves out there and talk about their own stuff. I'm sure as many of you probably recall, if you have a job, you probably filled out a bunch of paperwork. And when you filled that paperwork out, there was probably a section in there that said, hey, don't sexually harass people while you're at work. Don't talk about your sex life with fellow employees and probably not the people that you're serving. But some teachers seem to think that this is just a suggestion.
I pride myself on being a teacher who's very open about her life. And one of the things I'm very open about is my sexuality.
Being open about your sexuality as a teacher to students is pretty gross right out the gate.
A trans flag, a bi flag, a non-binary flag, all on my desk at my work. But there's one thing I'm not open about, and it's being poly. And today that actually became something I had to worry about for the first time. See, the kids are interviewing us teachers as a part of learning how to write profiles on others. They'll soon be doing it with each other, but they're starting with the teachers so they can all work together on one subject. And one of the kids on Tuesday is going to ask me if I have a partner. And the answer is yeah. And I have another one too. And I don't know how to handle that conversation because...
Well, first off, you don't put yourself in a situation where you even have to bring up that conversation by excluding yourself from even being a part of this. And I think this goes for all teachers too. I don't think any teacher, whether it be heterosexual, bisexual, polyamorous, whatever, you probably shouldn't be putting yourself in a position where you need to discuss these things with the students. Just a wild thought here.
While I know that the kids are more accepting of things like homosexuality, bisexuality, all of that, polyamory is not in the conversation. It's not.
Nor should it be. I'm just going to say, nor should it be, honestly.
Something that is talked about. And I worry not only would this be something that might lead to rumors that I am cheating on my partner or that I am a swinger or something like that, but would also just totally derail the class.
Do you know what also derails the class? Talking about your sex life with your students in general.
In this specific setting, I will say that I am bisexual. I've dated people of many different genders. And if you're interested to talk about that or my own specific relationship, if you're really, really insistent, let's just not do it in the classroom setting and we can do it like in lunch or in the after-school GSA club or something like that.
She got to a point of suggesting that, hey, there might be a few details that I can't discuss in class, but I can tell you about all the nasty details in private. She is saying this to her students. Just the fact you want to talk to these students in a superficial way, in front of the class about this stuff, you were also telling these students that you will go in greater detail about these particular events outside of the classroom setting. Am I crazy? Does this not come off as completely predatory and disgusting? We've all seen the stories and they seem to be coming out of the woodworks all over the place. Teacher sleeps with student, teacher sleeps with student, teacher sleeps with student. It's everywhere. We see it everywhere. And this particular individual is going out of their way to post a video about themselves saying, hey, if my students want to know about how good my sex life is or what it's like, pull me aside, I'll see you at lunch and we can go into great detail. What? This started off as inappropriate pretty much immediately, only to escalate into complete sexual disgusting deviancy. Biological functional sexual education in schools, I totally agree with, but I do not agree with the teacher going out of their way to talk about their personal sex life with their students. My recommendation is always for you parents out there, if you can, homeschool your kids. I don't know whether or not this teacher's going to get in trouble for posting this. God willing to get rid of her, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, you guys, like the video or dislike the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.